little busy right now.
I am not even talking to you.
Can I help you?
I hope that coffee is still hot considering the time it took you to get it. You either need to learn this city or how to deal with distractions. So, what was the holdup? A decent excuse, but not the answer I was looking for. I know that Tomo Higashi, an ex-employee of ours, accosted you at the Terra Brew, and before you get any ideas, no, the barista didn't sell you out. Ryujin has enough connections in Neon that an incident like this would never slip by. Deception aside, some of us are impressed by how you handled the situation and would like to try you out in a different role at the company. And since Yuko isn't here to object, your new position starts right now. So, congratulations, you've been promoted. Not bad for your first day, right?
You were right to talk the situation through, rather than letting it escalate.
Let me explain. I'm promoting you to junior operative. The position is a bit more complicated and completely confidential. Your main duty is to add influence when necessary to ensure success of the business. Any questions so far? In any case where a threat to success is established, one of us is sent out to create a more desired outcome. This may be through a conversation or presenting some new information. It's all very situational, as you'll soon see. Well, it depends on the job, really. If someone can't be persuaded with words, perhaps a more forceful approach is necessary. You're basically removing obstacles from the equation. Really? Well, this transition may be easier than I thought. Now, let's get that coffee delivered. I'll gladly take mine. And since Yuko's still a no-show, feel free to keep hers. The other recipients are eagerly waiting for you in the conference room.
Hello.
Coffee, finally. Well, let's have a look at you. That depends on your actions going forward. I'm Alexis Price, head of the legal department here, and I'll be direct. Any legal troubles you cause as an operative, witnesses, getting arrested, are my troubles. So steer clear of law enforcement. We may have connections with Administrator Bayou and the Freestar Rangers, but they aren't the ones I prefer to abuse. Unfortunately, I can't argue with that. Completing your assignment is the priority. Just be aware that some of us still have to suffer the consequences.
So, fetching coffee 1 minute, and junior operative the next. Gamden Cho, supply chain manager for Ryujin. We won't work together much, but as part of the same department, hopefully I'll be seeing you around. Ah, so she remembered. Not that I expect much out of Terra Brew coffee, but hey, I suspected their grinder was on its last leg. Anyway, welcome to the team. Oh, and just a heads up, people in your position don't typically see the brighter side of Ryujin Industries. But rest assured, this is a great company, and the work we do goes toward benefiting millions. Please do. It's easy to get wrapped up in the bad if that's all you see. Of course, you'll be forming your own opinions as you go. Just keep an open mind. Oh, and thanks for the coffee.
Ah, coffee. You'd think we'd want to support our own subsidiary and get tranquility more often, but
Terrabrew it is. Terrabrew would be a substantial purchase, but we fully intend to develop the Tranquility brand. Current projections are set to surpass Terrabrew within the next 5 years. Tea-talk aside, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lyndon Calderi, Chief Financial Officer. I'll be the one deducting expenses from your pay every time you manage to screw up, which hopefully won't be often. Yes, mistakes are often costly and involve substantial cleanup, both literally and figuratively. Law enforcement, witnesses, evidence, everything has its cost. We'll see. We've yet to have an operative with a perfect record. This introduction was not annoying. I hope our future...
Just what I needed. Imogene said she hired someone new. I'm Genevieve, Head of Marketing and Public Relations. Likewise. Anyway, it's good to put a face to the new operative. The only question now is how much work are you going to be? A few slip-ups are to be expected. Just know that one screw-up for you means a lot of overtime and sleepless nights for me and my team. So, any precautions you can take will be greatly appreciated.
As technicians, we handle prep and post-op work. Beginnings and ends, as it were. You're interrupting me. Is this time? I doubt that. I check my schedule regularly, and this conversation was not on the budget. If time is money, then suffice to say Ms. Serrano would not be pleased with such a frivolous expenditure. Until next time.
I hope you enjoyed your little meet and greet. I thought you'd like to know the execs who you'll be impacting while on the job. I'm glad you feel that way. Now that you've met a few of the execs, let's get you started. We have reason to believe that our friends at Kelt Corp are trying to hack into our R&D server, since we're both competing for a contract right now. I suppose an outsider might think that, but we prefer to handle incursions like this in-house. We can't allow them to win the contract, nor can we allow the action to go unpunished. I'll be giving you a data slate with a file that you'll need to upload through one of their computers. I should hope so, considering this is your job, not a favor. Here's the data slate. Good luck.
What is it?
Shortages over at Reliant Medical. Not great.
I do not know about you, but I am starting to suspect that Benjamin Bayou has a slightly inflated view of himself. I would like a chance to talk to you, if you are able. I wanted to thank you for giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under
unusual circumstances. You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you... I think none of us were expecting what we have found. Well, perhaps Matteo. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in? I cannot tell if that is a compliment or an attempt to avoid. I have a very different background from the rest of Constellation. I carry myself differently. I worry that some of the others are unable to see past. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death. Yes, exactly. I survived. That was the only goal. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite. It is strange. I admit it has never been an issue before now. I know this seems trivial, perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this. By a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense? Thank you. That is reassuring. Discussing these things, I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. You said you were considering it, and I appreciate that you decided against it. I do not wish to. It would have been, to some. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me. Lovely day for it.
Again. Look, you can tell Mr. Okaribo that I'm doing everything I can. Blood from... Oh. I'm afraid I've stepped right into it again. You aren't here about Mr. Okadibo's debt to Kelkor. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me start over. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me Chloe. Sorry for me outburst. That's kind of you. This mess with Mr. Okadibo over at the Neon Mining League has really thrown me off my game. No. The least I can do after barking at you like some junkyard dog is giving you an explanation. Mr. Okadibo owes a substantial debt to Kelkor. I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money, but my father's patience is running out. Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can stall. You'd be willing to help out. That's... You sound a lot like my father. If he found out I was stalling, he'd probably disown me. Mr. Okadibo, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, especially in this city. He really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. Maybe he'd listen to someone like you? be splendid. Just amazing. If you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been keeping a diary. And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Have a fine day.
Sorry, I'm busy at the moment.
You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet. You know that, right?
Are you lost?
What do you want to do?
Can't talk, I've got a deadline coming up.
I don't know, but I gotta get out of here. It's been non-stop interruptions since this morning, and I'm not spending another break at my desk listening to Cody eat with his mouth open.
One of those days, huh?
More like one of those months. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to Terrible right now.
Yeah? I'll go with you. We can pick up an extra for Chloe if she asks.
I never had the patience for computer systems.
Get out of my face. If you want to gawk at something, take it to the Astral Lounge.
There, that's easy.
Not interested.
Clearly the intent is to get us into the Astral Lounge. You follow the signs?
This report isn't bad, but you're going to need more supporting evidence. Imogene's a stickler for details.
And that's what I was afraid of. I just hate accessing the Combatech database. It's anxiety-inducing.
Well, look who survived their first assignment. How'd it go? Anything to report?
All right, I'll get on it.
Not a single setback. Huh. I knew you were going to be perfect for this job. If you recall, setbacks mean a lot of things for a lot of people. Payoffs, cover stories, cleanup crews. You get my drift. The cleaner your work, the more intact your payments stay. I'm sure you understand. Exactly. In the meantime, I'll make sure that Slate is properly disposed of. So, now that we know you're capable of handling some light cyber mischief, let's try your hand at a little framing. And I'd argue that arts and crafts is exactly what we do here, just on a much higher level. One of our subsidiaries, Arboron, is currently competing for a contract against Laredo. Now, the buyer likes to keep their associations clean, and will be sending a representative to Laredo in Aquila City for an evaluation. We just need you to visit their office first and accidentally leave behind some incriminating evidence against their company. The inspection will be similar to an audit. These things are usually pretty thorough. Filing cabinets, desks. I trust you can be smart about it. We want a clean and careful job. Obviously, we don't want any bad press at this point, or we could lose the deal. I don't want to hear any news about bounties or bodies coming out of Aquila City. Oh, the best part is we don't even have to fabricate this information. We're just exposing what Laredo would rather keep hidden. Here's the slate we need you to plant. It holds confidential files that'll cast the perfect negative light on our friends at Laredo. Now, get going.
What I don't sell ends up in trawl.
I'd be making a fortune if they let us fish for it.
Neon's premier seller of all things incredible, and you're extraordinarily clever. You know the power of love. Step through the door of secrets.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Say your last goodbyes.
Dad, do you think Solomon Cove would have liked me?
Sure. Everybody likes you, don't they?
Do you think he would have liked you?
Well, if you listen to your grandpa, Solomon Coe would have given me
Hell of a view from here.
But I think he would have liked the man I grew into.
I'm talking.
Used to be an actuary. Now,
I heard Mr. Wright's gonna be looking for an apprentice soon.
Robot takes a peach.
Meet all sorts in Aquila City.
So we had to
You'd
clean
want
up
to
the
steer
graffiti
clear
and
of the
rain.
stretch. Lots of
Why don't we just
crime
close
over
it
there.
down? It's not like it gets much use.
I need someplace to go.
But you know, Stretch Trash will come back and Lloyd will. Worse.
Let them. A few beer bottles and graffiti is the least we owe them.
Yes, Miss Vance.
Hope you can succeed at that before we are discovered.
If you're looking to browse, you're in the wrong spot.
Stable orbit achieved. You can stay here forever. Well, a while anyway.
Jump complete.
Welcome to Freestart Space. We're going to do a quick scan for contraband and you can be on your way. All right, you're good. Welcome.
Ah, Neon. The house that Aurora has built.
Equipment and accessories for all your hectic needs.
Waiting for more info.
I was hoping you'd show up soon. Is it done? Don't get too comfortable. Those who do usually don't last long in this field. Now, I think it's time to examine a different set of skills. It's a decent start, but we'll see. Your next assignment is to find the security chief and use some creative thinking to obtain their security keycard. And when I say creative, I don't mean with a weapon. Either look the part and be persuasive, or be quick with your hands. No corporation wears murder well around here. We may take some extreme measures, but the less mess, the better. Now, if you need to find yourself a hobby outside of work, to do that, feel free. Just don't let anyone here know about it. I'm sure you'll be able to get that keycard without incident. Just remember, if anything does happen, it's up to you to bail yourself out.
The clinic welcomes all patients, whether Freestar or UC.
medical emergency. Please use priority docking.
Airlock integrity looks good.
Don't feel like leave of service,
Ma'am,
Captain.
I'm just the courier.
I understand that. I'm not blaming you directly. Dr. Salvato, how long have you been
what can I
here?
do for you?
About a year now, Doctor.
And in
Everything
that
good?
year,
We're here to
how
help.
many times have we had this conversation?
It feels like I've been waiting forever.
Need to make sure those files are backed up.
You're under arrest! No son moves!
I guess you're smarter than you look. No loitering. Now move it.
I hope whatever you took is worth the risk.
This is 3-star collector space. Hold while we scan your ship. Scan complete.
Hey there. Got that key card for me? Now we're talking. Not bad for a novice. I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better. You may as well question the entire corporate world at that point. Just think of what we do here as standard business practices. This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for 2 reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon. I thought that might spark interest. Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd and Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails. It's already been taken care of. All you need to worry about is the job at hand. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director Zola Adisa and their Financial Manager Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. I suppose I can give you a brief rundown. We'll start with Zola. Zola is a born and bred executive, runs in the family, so she's highly accustomed to an upper-class lifestyle. She's a narcissist who's also obsessed with public perception, both of her and Quantum Synergies. She wants to be associated with the latest and greatest, so she's drawn to innovation and quality. Zola may be self-absorbed and superficial, but she's also smart. Her drive to keep both her name and Quantum Synergies in a positive spotlight have led to several innovations in ship OS software. As for her talking points, the key things to remember are: Infinity is the cheap version of Ryujin. They're a follower, not a leader, and they lack any sense of clear vision. Just remember, you can refer to the dossier at any time as a refresher. Now, on to Arthur Cruz. Arthur is a self-made man, and he prides himself on that. He's a full package, having both an extremely good knack for numbers and knowing how to talk to people. As Quantum Synergy's financial manager, he's all about driving profit with as little risk as possible. He makes decisions based on facts and heavily researched trends. It sounds like the two of you could really hit it off. Arthur's a great talker, but even the best can lose an audience when finance is the topic. Talking points for Arthur are aimed at steering him toward Ryujin over Infinity Ltd. Ryujin's profits are 25.7% higher than Infinity's, even with a superior quality product. Infinity's profits are fabricated. They're one audit away from ruin. We have a history of being financially secure that's never wavered, and we have the legal and marketing teams to handle anything that might threaten that. Sounds like you're ready then. I'd still highly recommend reading the dossiers though. Sometimes bullet-pointed statements can stick out in minds easier than conversation. Exactly. Those lines are most likely to sway Zola and Arthur away from Infinity, not to mention give them a gentle nudge in our direction. The Infinity Ltd rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. If it's not on her person, it will be in the suite she has reserved. Suites are patrolled, so she'll believe it's secure. If you can't manage to get her room key or deal with the door itself, try Boone Morgan, the manager. Boone appreciates credits, if you know what I mean. Whenever executives are faced with numbers that don't properly match up, any faith they may have had will falter. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? Just don't let that confidence give you a false sense of security. And remember, no incidents.
Louisiana keeps demanding we look into her husband's murder. Yeah, right.
Cause any trouble and I'll drag you straight to lockup.
Don't make my job any harder.
Hello. Didn't expect to see you here. Yeah? Your mother found a deal. One hell of a deal. An all-inclusive vacation package to Neon.
It's a retirement present.
And, well, everyone's heard about the Astral Lounge. And the actual establishment, well, you gotta admit, it's fancy.
I feel like we're in a movie. Wait, what are you doing here?
Yeah, nothing good happens here. I've been here long enough to know that. Figures. Oh, dear Lord. So, let's pretend this never happened, hmm?
Oh, I do think that would be best, sweetie.
Over there. Don't look.
What is it?
Shit! What are the odds? I haven't felt so guilty since I was a kid.
Oh, I don't see what the big deal is. It's all legal. Oh, I don't see what the big deal is. It's all legal.
Bet you ought to slap a dress code on this place. Keep it classy for appearance's sake. Ain't that the truth? Wait a minute. Please tell me you're not from Infinity Ltd. Someone like you doesn't want to be associated with Infinity Ltd? Now this I've got to hear. Preliminary reports checked out, but it doesn't hurt to do some extra digging. If they're trying to hide something, you bet I'll find it. Well, it's been interesting. Just goes to show how wrong first impressions can be. Unfortunately, it sounds like I have some data I need to revisit. So take care, and maybe next time, dressed to impress.
Just one quiet day. That too much to ask for?
Please try not to alert anyone to what you're doing.
Take it easy.
I'm sorry. Can I help you with something? Well, I certainly hope you brought a change of clothes, because you could have fooled me. That would be Infinity Ltd. Risky, you say? By all means, enlighten me. Though I find your statement insulting, your assumption is correct. My colleagues have put profit above quality against my advice, but perhaps I should push back more. A surprising conversation, and one I would never expect from someone such as yourself. I suppose the old saying, never judge a book by its cover, is appropriate here. It seems I have quite a bit to reconsider now. So it looks like the pleasure aspect of my trip needs to be postponed. Thank you for the insight.
You don't want to pick a fight with me.
How quickly can you get that done?
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic at least.
I'm not in the mood.
Your safety is almost We have everything ready.
What is it?
Ready to report? Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? Interaction is part of the gig. Sure, it's not for everyone, but just think about it this way. You're the one running the show out there. Use the information we provide, and chances are high they'll never have a clue. Overall, not bad for your first high-profile assignment. You even earned yourself a bonus, which Lyndon was more than happy to give.
It is good that our restraint is appreciated.
Don't tell me you forgot already. Our financial guru? Also, if you ever want an honest opinion about anything, they're honest to a fault, and often give their opinion on something whether you... I like to recommend something fun or shiny and new. You never know when life will take a turn, especially in this line of work. But no rest for the weary at Ryujin. We've got a decent backlog of assignments, and they just keep coming, so I hope you're still good to go. At least this next one will be a break from all the chatter. Most days, I'm in complete agreement. Your next assignment is to remind the competitor of their place in the corporate food chain. Some call it retaliation, but we like to think of it as tough love. A heavy hand is often needed to make sure we get our point across. Most corporations live and die by public perception. Trusted products lead to a good reputation, which leads to profits. And, like it or not, we're all here for the profits. Your assignment is to plant an ARC device. The ARC will allow us to frame our competitor for gross negligence and tank the public's perception. You're not wrong. Believe me, we don't take these assignments lightly. They're also one of few that Masako herself needs to sign off on, and only our most trusted operatives receive them. You just need to plant the ARC and avoid detection. Our technicians will handle the rest, and they're instructed to avoid as much harm as possible.
Smugglers always like to use Hope Tech ships to resemble legitimate transports. I wonder how the company feels about that.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Keep an eye on your valuables. If you can't protect your...
A fair amount of business runs through Hope Town. I have never liked Hope Tech ships, though I suppose that is hardly the point of them. Neon is for indulgence and decadence. I am both disgusted and impressed.
Duel's Guts has a full library.
Hey there. Got an update for me? Now I get to let the in-office team know that the ball is in their court. Depending on their instructions, they can use the remote access to do anything from equipment failure to massive explosions. In the case of servers, it could be gross information leaks, a hardware failure, basically whatever might hurt their public perception the most. Your concern is noted, but unfortunately, extreme measures are the only ones that work in a situation like this. Now, on to the next, right? Oh, but before I forget, the results of your Astral Lounge escapades are in. I'm happy to say that the deal was officially called off. Masako was pretty happy about the results, so she arranged for a small bonus through Linden. It won't buy you a new ship, but it's something. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Several other parties will be involved in that deal on a more legitimate level. And believe me, bonuses like this for operatives are few and far between. My sources tell me it was a train wreck. Once her numbers didn't match up, Arthur was all over her with questions. It didn't take long for her to break composure, and that's when she lost Zola. So you could say that presentation went perfectly, as far as we're concerned. Hence the bonus. Not to mention you scored big in the reliability department. It makes this next assignment seem a bit lackluster, but it still carries weight. In order to stay on top of the market, we have to know what our competition is doing. The next assignment requires a more brute force approach, since the chances of them sharing that information is unlikely. Correction. You are going to steal from them. Don't forget, if you get caught, Ryujin will deny all knowledge. Call it what you want, but it's your job nonetheless. Your target is a prototype schematic for a new engine that Trident Luxury Lines is working on. According to the rumors, it's projected to be 17% more efficient than any engine on the market. The current schematic was sent to their star yard to begin prototyping, so they could be in the office area or the factory floor. The star yard is a mix of sales floor and manufacturing. If you're looking to blend in, you've definitely got options. It's not too far, in Aquila's orbit, so hopefully your ship's ready. The Trident Star Yard orbits Aquila in the Cheyenne system, so you'll still be in free-star space. I feel bad for whoever gets to inform the executives about the theft of something so valuable. Just remember to keep things clean. The results are more satisfying that way.